Start up. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's Sunday, football Sunday to be exact.
Who's playing? Who are you looking forward to?
I'm a Cowboys fan. You see it all day long. You know I'm repping. You
I just
know
wa-
what
I,
I'm
wa-
repping.
I wanted to hear you say it for the fans or the people that are listening and not watching. That way we can give
Right.
them the context. That's one thing that I found doing podcasts, that I'm a very visual person where I'll talk with my hands and I'll explain things and I'll assume people are watching me because we're having like a conversation, you know.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not always
100%.
face to face sometimes, so it throws me off a little bit. I have to catch myself.
Man. Well, what's
So,
going on, Slev, man? It's been a long time coming right here. Been waiting
dude,
for this podcast.
honestly, it's been what 2-3 months in the
Yes,
making. I'm
yes.
glad we're finally here, man.
I
I
didn't want.
go ahead.
I didn't want you to think I was letting you down or anything like that.
Oh, dude, no, 100%. We're homies. We've had multiple like actual like voice conversations
Oh yeah,
about
100%.
this and just like, hey, like keep hounding me like on both ends. You know what I mean? Because we get busy.
Oh yeah,
Family takes precedence. We have our
for
own
sure.
lives. But yeah, man, dude, welcome to the podcast. We're on
Hey,
episode 4. This will be the 4th episode,
yeah,
I
the fourth episode.
believe. I need to stop saying that because like if something goes wrong, then we're screwed.
But this is different. The fourth episode.
Yeah.
I did see bits of the Bane podcast, and he was at
Oh
number three.
yeah, dude,
So I said,
I love
so
that
I was
guy.
like, I definitely need to make sure I get on this one right here. For my favorite number, so I got to get it in. I got to
I,
get it in.
I love it, man. Well, dude, this podcast is all about content creators and just
Hmm.
kind of getting a better insight into who they are and
Yes.
kind of understand them off of stream a little bit more because I've found that I answer questions on my stream pretty
Mhm.
often that I have to do regularly, whereas
Yes.
it's just not common knowledge, and there's no way that it could be. So I feel like this podcast is a great platform to kind of give the origin story, so to speak,
Exactly.
of Stogg, so those who potentially want to can kind of get a better insight into who you are and stuff that you don't necessarily talk about every single day on
Every
stream,
day.
you know.
100%.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So first and foremost, man, Blackout. You're loving Blackout still.
Man, I love Blackout.
You know,
Not tired of it. It's a lot of people who tired of it already, but
you're
I
not
am one of
going
those
for the
people who's
Modern
not.
Warfare multiplayer. What's up with that?
Man, when I do play, I try to play it more off stream
Uh huh.
and not on stream. It just for viewer purposes and I mean I like the game. I do enjoy it, but also it's not better than Blackout though.
I feel you.
It's not better than Blackout.
Have you heard about the leaks of information for Battle Royale?
It's gonna be insane. I really wonder if all that stuff is gonna really be in there. You
Right?
know, like
200 plus players?
it's a
What?
lot. That league contains a lot of information. It really does. You
Yeah.
know, but I'm definitely looking forward to it though.
Dude, I'm so excited because the one thing I will say I don't like about Call of Duty is the time to kill.
Yes.
It's outrageous. There's so many little spots that you can like head glitch on and so many angles you
Yes.
can get shot from, which I'm cool with that, but with Battle Royale there's a system that they have. It's the what do you call it? It's the armor, you know. The armor will give you increased protection. So that's going
Yes.
to instantly increase your survivability, which is going to be
Exactly.
awesome in my opinion. And that and how how battle royales are just designed are going to have to filter in, so people are going to have to come into an area, and at that point
Exactly.
it's just it's clutching season, as Stokes would say.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, but and that's what the thing. What it is with I'm okay with the time to kill. Well, I don't like it, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, they do need to find ways to adjust to where you can pretty much get out of a gunfight. You know what I'm saying? Like any other car, pretty much.
Yeah, the survivability, or I call it the finesse ability. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Because if you don't have enough time, like let's say you're getting shot, to turn around or like disengage, which
Yes.
I feel like this COD doesn't really have, or it's
Mhm.
not as particular in since previous CODs, but
Yes.
it's rough, man. Like that's when I play multiplayer. That's the one thing that I notice is like that's one thing that I love about Blackout and just
Yes.
the Black Ops genre is the time to kill, you know?
Right.
Like there's nothing like being a content creator, as you know now, where you can get shot at from like 4 different angles, rotate out, come back in and kill them all, you know?
Like,
And it's
and
great content.
it give you that macho-ness, right?
Yeah, right? I get like one chest that's like pew.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah,
And
you
that's
don't
what you
really
need
have
though.
that too
Like
much.
that's exactly what you need. That's how you be able to, you know, a lot of people don't understand that because everybody gameplay and is definitely different from each other. But when you're able to survive those type of battles and you come out on top, you feel victorious for that moment, right?
Yeah.
Even when it's probably with end circle or the last team or whatever like that, it just brings in a different dynamic to the game, and,
Yeah.
and everybody can appreciate that. Who are skill based, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I,
No,
it's dope.
I like it when the skill gap is large. You know,
Yes.
one thing that even there was with the new update that came out, there was developer notes or
Hmm.
patch notes that were released, and there were notes inside of that note that essentially said or gave information that like this is not what the people wanted, but this is what
Hmm.
we're giving them because of this reason. And
Yes.
it was not supposed to go out inside of the patch notes that got released, but they did. And so everybody's right now, or this happened yesterday, but people are pissed. A lot of
Oh yeah.
YouTubers that address all the patch updates and everything like that are
Yes.
mad because they're like, hey, the popular demand is this, but they're wanting to cater to a new
So like,
audience, and
yeah.
they want somebody who's not good at Call of Duty to be able to get a kill. And that's why they've opened up the lanes and the maps and given more areas to where you can get shot and time to kills lower. So that,
Yeah.
and they've been on record on interviews saying this of like, hey, this is why like we're doing this so that we can get more people to play the game. So when they hop in, they're not just getting destroyed every single time, and
Yeah.
then they just like quit. I think that's the wrong way to approach it though, because it lessens that skill gap to where the
Yeah.
high level players are getting killed randomly, you know, by
Yeah.
those level 1 players.
And it's like I can understand from both ways because I was on that end of being that less skilled person,
For sure.
right? But in my situation, like I always wanted to better myself. I didn't want to use anything
Exactly.
to. I didn't want to use anything that was too easy. I wanted to challenge myself every single battle, every gunfight. And this is even way before Blackout.
Yeah.
And like now I'm on the end of being. I'm not saying I'm the best player or
Well,
the
you're
best
better,
player.
bro. You're
You know,
definitely in the top tier
I
now.
I've definitely improved myself, but I could definitely say that if when you start getting objects like or weapons like the Sparrow or the War Machine, and then like you own this 10 kill game and then you die to something like that, that's frustrating, right? And you be
Yeah.
like, where's the skill gap? But I do understand like there are certain people who can't go out there and win the easy gun battle, and they don't have the accuracy or the AR skill or the SMG or even shotgun, right? They don't have that type of skill, right? So they got to use things that's going.
Bro, I'm sorry, but if I get killed by another 725 in this freaking game, I'm
Oh
done.
man.
I am done.
Hey, but then they nerf it.
They,
Have they nerfed it?
yeah, they made it from a nuclear blast to like a silo missile. Like, what is this?
I know that's the
Get
most
off of
OP
me.
shotgun right now, for real.
Yeah, they reduced it to doing 400 damage to 380 damage when it only takes 150 damage to kill.
Anyway, yo, that thing is like OP.
Dude,
I
it's
love it.
nasty, man. Oh, it's fun to use.
Oh yeah.
I personally haven't gotten into it too much, but I've seen gameplays of it, and I'm just like, ooh,
Oh yeah.
it's rough.
It's nasty. For sure.
So let's get into you, man. This is all about origin stories, everything like that. You know, everything that is involved with like your come up on like streaming. How did it
Yeah.
all start for you? Because you've told me this in the past, but I want you to kind of tell the audience or the viewers, like your perspective on it, because you're pretty interesting in the way that you started streaming. I don't feel
Yeah.
like many people do it the way that you did it, and I feel like it's been hyper successful for you. So I think people could definitely learn a little bit from
It,
it.
it's definitely been crazy though. Like I've never thought about being a streamer, right? I always got on the game, this game. And then blackout drop, running with some homies. And then I actually ran across a friend of mine named Camo Kings. Camo King ended up knowing this streamer who's awesome to me by the name of Expel. Got some gameplay in with Expel. And then we linked up ever since then, became good friends ever since then. Um, and then one day, actually his freaking community, the X Army, uh, they were vibing with me. They was enjoying my voice. Like who is this guy? Who this black guy? With this deep voice?
Who's this
You
black
know,
guy?
who this black guy with this deep voice? And this I just brought energy, right? And then
Sure.
so getting gameplay in with him, and then everybody started asking, "Hey, what do Stogg stream? This and that, right?" And so that would start getting me more interested into it. And also, even before that, the drip fan or the drip, who was started from my homeboy named Gary 1600.
So that's a
Uh,
thing. I thought that
yeah,
was just like your catchphrase.
yeah. The West dripping catchphrase actually came from my homie Gary 1600. He actually said that in one of his first videos that he created.
Oh, okay.
And I vibe with it. I'm like,
You've
Gary,
adopted with it, yeah.
yeah, I said I enjoyed it. I like that. He just said, use it, just sauce it up the way you want to, right? Um, but we always talk about streaming back then. But I'm like, man, how am I streaming? Like, what am I do? Like, I feel like you always have to be a great player,
Yeah, like
you
top
know.
tier. Yeah.
Yes, to stream, right? I'm like, who's gonna watch somebody like me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like I said, I just started getting good at the game. I'm like, who's gonna really watch somebody like me? You feel me? So so Twitch was out there, YouTube, and I'm like, man, I want to start when I'm ready. Uh did a few videos, Expel was like, hey, you know what? Do content first, right? Build you a fan base or audience or whatever, or community pretty much. And start that up and then get into your streaming. So after the first video came out, people started, subscribing. I didn't actually start my first stream until I'm gonna say either July 31st or August 1st
Mm.
of this year of 2019. And I won't say I was nervous. I was more excited, but also I didn't know how to go about it fully. 'Cause I didn't know what to expect. You know, I'm never shot on camera though. I
Yeah.
used to be a actor in high school, so I'm used to the camera, to the spotlight. But at the same time, I didn't know how to do it within game. Actually delivering. So once that started, man, Slave, it's been popping ever since.
Yeah.
It's been popping ever since. Man, I started, like I said, started this August, and it's been an awesome thing, man.
Yeah.
Expel, he just always been. He's one of many others who encouraged me to, hey, go to stream, man. People gonna love you. They love your vibes, your positivity, the love that you give. And if you continue to be who you are, more people will gravitate to that, and that's what it's been ever since.
And that's honestly what it's all about. We have the stigma. I had it when I first started streaming a while back. Is like you have to be amazing at what you do. The gameplay has to be there in order to be successful in this industry. And it's so
Right,
far from the truth because there's so many different aspects on why people watch and come to a stream every single day. And
right,
a lot of it has to do with community, and that's one thing that you're definitely putting at the forefront of your, I would say, business plan, if you will,
business, right.
is community. It's the leading factor in your stream, and you
Mhm.
can sense it the moment that you get in there. And one thing that, for those watching at home or listening, that you did that I don't feel like many people take the time to invest in and do initially is you
Mhm.
became a part of a community,
Right,
and you wanted nothing from them in the least,
right.
and you just enveloped yourself in a community to where people understood you, they knew who you were, they asked, like, you asked them how their day was, you got enveloped inside of a community, and then when everybody was telling you, hey, you should probably stream, you know, all of
Right.
the people in the community, once you did, you already had a great base, so you never really
Yes.
had to stream to 0 people, you know,
Right. Right. Right.
which
Exactly.
it's like it's a vicious cycle on what people try to start a live stream and streaming to 0 people. It's so disheartening and discouraging that I think doing it the way that you went about it, even though I think it's genius by stumbling upon it because you didn't even actually
Yes.
mean to,
Me too. Exactly.
but it doesn't mean that it's any less genius, you know.
Right.
I think it's a great
It's
strategy.
And that's awesome, man. And when you get someone like an Expel who don't mind helping out small streamers, because there's a lot of people who don't want to help out a lot as much, right? Especially by being in it now and just knowing certain people and how they go about certain things. A lot of people don't go about it the way X does. There's some people who does and some people who doesn't, and I don't go into names. But X being one of the people who do help out and have helped out. He opened up that door for me,
Oh, most
right?
definitely created
He
an
opened up that
opportunity.
door. Exactly. Opened up that door for me, and I do everything else though, right? You still got to
Oh,
be who
exactly.
you are.
It's
You know,
to get the door open. It's a huge factor. You know,
right,
you need an opportunity. And one thing that I like to say is luck favors the prepared. You know, so you
hmm
got to be prepared for the opportunity to fall in your lap. That way, you can actually be successful at it. Opportunities come all the time, but if you're not
right,
prepared, they're not gonna actually stick. You know.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
dude, I love it, man. I remember we would play, and you would be talking about, yeah, I'm like this close to getting my PC. Like
Man,
I just need this much more, and then like we're pulling the trigger, and I'm like, dude, let's go! I'm so excited.
bro, yeah, and like you and others, like I know for sure, like you when we had our conversations on the phone and everything,
Yeah,
and like it was frustrating because I know I wanted it. You know,
but you wanted to do it right too.
I wanted to do it the right way.
Yeah,
Like many know and many don't know that I actually started streaming through my PlayStation.
yeah.
And it's cool, it gets you started because if I would have waited to get a PC before I started streaming, I might have not been where I'm at right now.
Definitely.
But by being encouraged to start streaming through my PS4 through others, that's friends of mine, I think everything happened for a reason, and I think how I've been going by everything has been a blessing.
Hmm.
It really has, and I'm glad that I took it on to take heed to what people was telling me and just start through the PlayStation. Then got this freaking PC out the way, and then we've been rocking ever since, man.
So
And
how does it feel though? How does it feel to have that PC?
I'm gonna say it like this: it's freaking awesome. Not only did you know, well, first off, I had a great community who donated, so I can be able to purchase this PC, right? But I didn't buy it pre-built or just go to a Best Buy or a Walmart or any other store.
I know the stories.
Your boy Stogg actually had to, and my homie Larry actually, no, put my parts together. I had to order. Got those PC parts, everything came in, and then my homie Autos, on Leche 15, he's a good friend of mine as well. Um, Man, literally, I didn't think you can build a PC over a phone call with someone and put the
But you
thing
did.
together. But it happened though, right? So like I really built my first PC. I thought it was gonna be more difficult. Only reason why it was difficult because I went in not knowing anything about computers,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And people who know computers, they get it done like that, right?
For sure.
But by to be my first PC, even though I had my trials and tribulations with it, I enjoyed it. You
So I
know,
know you came into or you stumbled upon a speed bump with it. Was that just a faulty part, or kind of tell me about that a little bit for my own curiosity?
so
Oh, there's
what
that
ended up happening
smile. It's not that's not the full story.
so what ended up happening was in building the PC, I had to install my CPU.
Mhm.
When you install your CPU, you have to put inside the bracket, lock it down, all right. And then when I installed the cooler on top of it, I think in doing that, because once you install it, you have to put the clamps on,
Mhm.
and man, it's easy now, but first time doing it, it's freaking tough. Now you can put one side on, but you got to make sure you put the other side on for it to clamp on.
Yeah.
I think in the midst of me doing it, I think I damaged the pins on my actual CPU.
Oh no.
And it took me a while to realize. I'm like, what is going on? Because what ended up happening was everything was put together. I ended up getting like two red like signals or default errors or whatever. That's something was going on. So once I looked it up through Google or whatever, it ended up telling me that I had like a faulty or defective CPU. And I'm taking it off one day at work. It got to the point to where like I was so like ready to find like what's going on with my PC. I took my PC to work. I work night shift. I know we get more into that later.
Start tweaking
I took my PC to work and then start taking taking it apart to see like what's going on, right? I don't know somebody to do that.
This man's at work with his like little like monocle glasses on, who's like tinkering in with it. Oh, that's hilarious, man. Oh man. So you didn't have to get a new CPU then? Like you put it in a couple times, or did you?
After I got a razor. People from YouTube say get a razor. Straighten the pins back out. I ended up straightening the pins back out, putting it back in. But I still had one error, like a red error on there. I was like, man, you know what? Let me just go ahead and call the place where I got the CPU from. Let it know, hey, it's defective. They said, you know what? Cool, send it in. We'll send you another one. The other one came in, put it in
the right way.
The right way, and now here we are now. It's running, man. It's running, man. And that was like one of the biggest stumbles I had upon business PC.
Yeah.
Was just the CPU.
Dude, you're here though, man. And honestly,
yes.
the fact that it's community driven, like
yes.
everybody raised up enough money and donated to make this possible to where you could increase the quality of your stream.
Yes.
Is so fascinating and so amazing, and the way that most people just go out and buy everything and then just try and stream, whereas you progressively built yourself up to where you're not strapped for cash because you're spent all your money on your PC, and so it's not a burden to you. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
And I absolutely love that, my man.
The community is awesome, man. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, so let's get into you, man.
All right, what's up? Talk to me. What you want to know?
I want to know where Baby Stogg is from. I want to know his upbringing. I want to know more about that theater kid inside of you, because you've said it a couple times to me, and then you just said that you were an actor in high school. So I want to dive into that, man.
Man, so
let's go, Baby Stogg. Where were you born?
Born in from Texas, Austin to be exact. The Texas thing,
Cowboys is making sense.
Cowboys fan, San Antonio Spurs. Who else, man? They're like my two favorite teams. When it comes to baseball, I do like the Texas Rangers, but like growing up, I was always a Atlanta Braves fan.
Okay.
I was a fan of Chipper Jones. If anybody know him, Chipper Jones. I was his fan of his. He was in the league for like 19 years, and that's how long I've been a fan, for 19 years.
Nice, man.
Yeah, from Austin, Texas, man. 35 years old. Kind of old up in this game amongst y'all young folks.
Not really.
Yeah,
really.
But yeah. Then I graduated from high school. Never got the chance to go to college like I wanted to. Actually, I ended up having children. To be honest with you, that's not the reason. That's not the reason why I didn't go to college, but I stayed back because I wanted to make sure I was involved in their lives.
Yeah, it definitely had a part in it, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, right? Then high school, man, that acting, bro. I was a character growing up, man. I always had that joking and that I felt like I had that X factor when it came to acting, right?
Yeah.
Ended up doing acting in high school and had some plays that I played in. I was nervous though back then.
Yeah.
I was nervous. Even though I wanted to, I was still nervous, bro.
Dude, it's a natural feeling when you do something that's you're not comfortable with or that you've never done, and you have to do it in front of an audience. I can imagine.
Yes, bro, it's crazy. Like it's like they're your friends, but everybody's still looking at you.
Oh yeah, the attention's on you. Yeah,
like,
and if you mess up, they're watching.
Right, and I think I only messed up once, but they teach you when you do mess up, you still go on like nothing even happened.
Yeah, you have to. You can't shut the show down.
Right, you can't exactly. But that's what got me prepared even to this day how to interact with with people in different
Mhm.
situations, and even right now, I'm not nervous right now that we even on camera. Most
Right.
people would,
Right.
but this is something I became accustomed to over my course of the years. And but even going back to after the high school, man, it was time when we had UIL plays that we had to go in and like a tournament type of thing, right? And your boy got like best comedic actor. I never had a starring role at that time. Somebody was always better than me at that time. It's always gonna be somebody better than you,
It
but
happens,
I
yeah.
was best at what I was doing,
Hmm.
right? Making people laugh. Being that person who stumble over something crazy and get the crowd laughing. Like that, I'm that type of person, right?
The comic
you
relief.
know,
I
exactly. So
love it.
that's what was popping in high school for me, man. I did want to take on acting um going to my adulthood, after high school, but things happen. Things
Dude,
happen.
it's crazy where this life can take you though.
It
Streaming
is
is in
crazy.
one form or another acting. That's how I would
Oh yeah.
view it. It's entertaining, you know.
Yes.
And there are people that have dove from a content creation side into a actual formal acting.
Right.
Some have been more successful than others, obviously.
Exactly.
Um, but no, man, it's cool. Like Liza Koshy, do you know who she is?
Mm-mm.
She's a big
I do not.
YouTuber. Do you know David Dobrik? He's a big vlogger.
No.
Dude,
I
he
don't
make
know many people.
yeah. He makes some really funny videos. You should check out some of his videos. He's like the modern day Friends, like
Wow.
sitcom, but he
Yes.
does it in such they're like short little bits and like it's almost like the audience laughter for like 90s sitcoms,
Right.
is his own voice. So it's his laugh. So he'll laugh at anything and everything, which is kind of like the Friends, like everybody laugh.
Exactly.
And they're just like little bits with all of his like friends and everything. And he's got like 14, 15 million subscribers at this point, maybe even more. But
That's awesome.
Liza, they used to date, and Liza is bigger than he is, and she has her
Whoa.
own TV show. Or not necessarily TV show. She has her own like YouTube series, but it's like a full on like acting production,
Right.
which is pretty cool. She's getting into like producing now. David Dobrik is legitimately hosting a TV show on, I believe, either Netflix or Nickelodeon, one of the two. It's
Yes.
crazy, man. It's crazy the influencer, and I hate that word influencer, but that's what they're called, or content creators, whatever you want to call them.
Hmm.
It's this new wave of like opportunity that was not here 3 years ago, 5 years
Exactly.
ago, and I feel like if you do have that passion to possibly act again, this could definitely take you places that you never thought you would normally would be
Exactly.
able to go. So
And I'd love to have an opportunity to act, man. That I'd be dope. I want to be an actor and a streamer, right? I
right,
want to do both.
right,
I don't never want to just have one thing that I'm great at and shut the other one down. Like, because the thing is with when it comes to like streaming, you build a community and everybody is rocking with you and there for you. It's like, and that's why I call my community the Drip Fam,
hmm
right? My homie, like I said, Gary did come up with it with Drip. That was not clan,
he came up
but
with the name, but it didn't
yes,
come up with the meaning. Yeah,
right. And then so when it comes to the Drip family, we family, bro. Families stick together. And then what friends do the exact same thing. But once you become a friend with someone, they become family to you.
yeah,
So that's why I feel like when it comes to the community that I have, we family. We gonna rock in this together. Yeah, I'm the streamer. I'm the entertainer. But y'all are the reason why I'm doing this. Y'all are the reason why I can get to where I want to be at. So we're gonna get it. I don't want to get here by myself. We're gonna get it together,
exactly.
right? We in this
No,
together. It's not just a Stogg. No, it's the Drip itself. We
no.
going places.
Yeah, you're the forefront leader. You're the leader of the community, obviously. But without
Mhm.
other people, the community wouldn't be anything. There wouldn't
Exactly.
be. It would be a community of one. You know, which isn't
Exactly.
that much fun.
Right. And
So
and I think that's been the beauty of there's a lot of friends that I do have who do stream who don't have the viewers I have, and it might be some nice the way they is like you say, you get them couple of people in there, and a couple of loyal people, and it
mhm.
can be discouraging because they do want to grow at a faster pace as well, though. And like you said earlier, in the podcast that this happened to stumble across two great people, as in Camel and Expel, and just opened up that door. And then I just got involved in the community who really loved me. And when they love you, they're gonna rock with you. And then that's what they've been ever since. So I'm able to, I just start off with having that 1 or 2 viewers, right? So I don't know how that feels. Uh, I don't know how that feels. I can't tell no one. I can tell them to like stick with it,
Yeah.
and know and benefits gonna come. And I do mean that, but I can't say I know how you feel because I haven't been in that situation as of yet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At least not on YouTube per se.
Well, I feel like for you, you have the best advice to give them. You know, like, oh man, this sucks. I want to grow fast. I want to do this and that. Okay, then like, this is where I'm a little bit more brass. But I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
then stop streaming for a bit. You know, or stream a lot less, or like cut it by a quarter, and the quarter that you would normally stream. Then go to another community. Don't promote yourself at all, but
Right.
envelop yourself inside of the community, you know, and make
Right.
friends inside of the community. And then when an opportunity happens organically, you know, that it's not manufactured by yourself, you're going to be
Right.
so much more successful because of it. I feel like honestly that in right now, like this day and age,
It is, bro.
it's the way to go. Otherwise,
It's the
like,
way to go.
if you're starting out with zero, unless you're making content on YouTube and you're getting views from YouTube, you're not gonna get recognized
Right.
by just random viewers in this day and
Right.
age anymore. You know, that was like 2010 to like 2013 to 15 era. You know, there
Yeah.
was like that like 8-year kind of gap where the first generation got in. We can't do the same thing anymore. We have to find
Exactly.
a different way. You know.
And that's
So
exactly what it is. And I don't want anyone to misinterpret what you're saying as far as getting to in the community. Don't go there to use
with the
anyone.
purpose, yeah.
Right. With a purpose. Right. Even though like you want to be recognized, but you still want to be connected and
Because
loved by.
you get that all the time, don't you? I do all the
Right.
time too, where people come
Yes.
in and they're like, "Hey, how's it going? Oh, I just got done streaming. Crazy
Yeah.
that we're both streamers." I'm like, bro, what?
Exactly. Right. Like that's not the way you want to go about it. You want
Exactly.
to
It's bad taste.
hey, the biggest word is establish yourself within
Yeah.
that person's community, and don't be a fake person. The way you get what you want and then you're
And then
gone,
you're out,
right?
yeah.
We don't do that, and I'm living proof of that. Like I say, Expel helped me out, and guess what? We still good friends to this day.
Mhm.
I went back like almost a year later. I want to say, and we still rocking, man. We go
Yeah,
at
man.
each other's throats, but that's
Yeah.
my homie, man.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I completely agree with you. It's letting it happen organically, you know? Like, you
Yes.
establish yourself in the community, but also I feel like just being inside of a community and, like, doing your streaming completely separate, there's a brick wall in between it, nothing passes through,
Yes.
will make you a better streamer because, one, you're going to see what successful streamers are doing or like, a successful
Exactly.
streamer is doing. And
Exactly.
two, you're going to be more relevant inside of a community, not just that particular community, but the Call of Duty community as a whole. So you're going to know what's
100%.
going on. You're going to know the ins and outs a little bit more, and you're going to be able to provide more value on your stream. You know,
Exactly.
and that's how I view it. One thing that I do pride myself on is, like, kind of going to what you were saying is, like, don't ask for handouts. You know, like whenever I play with somebody, I go in wholeheartedly, and I pride myself on this. I've never gotten a handout from anybody, especially
you have
with
not,
any
bro.
intent,
No, you have not.
because I don't want to use somebody for their clout, if you will. You know,
Yes.
I put up like hand quotations.
Right.
'Cause I hate that word. But no, like I'm a person that I love genuine relationships. You know, in whatever regard that is. If somebody is using me for something, I can tolerate it to a degree, but there's a line for me that I'm like, okay, this is not okay. For
Yeah.
me, I refuse to be that way to anybody where I have an ulterior motive, you know, to try and get something from them. If I'm hanging out with
Right.
you, I want to be like with you.
With
You
you,
know, I'm hanging out
exactly.
with you because I like you as a person and I like being around you. If I
Exactly.
don't, then I'm not going to be around you anymore. And I don't care if you have 2 million subscribers or 2 subscribers. I'm going to be loyal to those that I like, you know?
Exactly. And the one who's gonna be loyal to you as well. So I
Exactly.
definitely understand that.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So, man, are you making more videos now on YouTube?
I do have videos set up.
I'm calling
Like,
you out, by the way. That was a call out.
that was a call
I know
out.
you weren't.
And the thing is, with that being said, though, y'all, content is very, very important outside of streaming. I think content is really the number one thing before streaming, to be honest with you. You know, the more videos, I mean, you can say videos or content you do, you keep on pushing it out on a nice schedule, give people enough time to view you, see who you are, because a lot of people, aren't going to go watch a 6 hour stream. No, it's rare,
That's a
right?
fact.
I think people would rather watch a 10 to 15 minute video versus a 6 hour stream. You know, the stream is for people to know you personally, who's gonna come to your live stream, who's gonna interact right then and there, right?
Yeah.
Not for nobody to come in the next day and be like, oh, let me see Stogg, let me see what 6 hours. No, nobody's going to do that. So get that content out.
Yeah, there's
That's what
different
you really want to do.
variations or varying degrees of viewers. You have like your
Right.
everydayers that are wanting to be with you every single day, and then you have the
Exactly.
ones that necessarily can't, that would like to but can't, so they'd like
But
to
can't
still
know what you
get the
did.
community in some facet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah, I have slacked off, which I can admit my faults, right?
for sure.
Because I feel like it's not even a fault. I just think being lazy that I need to, because I love streaming and I love gaming. Now, but I'm still being new to this. I still gotta make sure that I'm separating or giving myself time to not only game while I'm streaming, but take the time out to do my videos. Like I said, I do have videos. I have videos that I'm gonna have coming out, a little leak with me playing with my homie Pied Piper, the homie Sean P, a lot of people know, and the homie Gangster Salute, right? And I only bring with gangsters like some game of that day,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. But your boy clutched up, right? So
That's
you want
dope,
to
man.
show that, right?
Yeah, you want to
And
flex a little bit.
you want to flex a little bit, right? I think it's dope, being able to run with some goats, man. It really is awesome. And then, so yeah, I'm gonna definitely get more consistent on my video because that's what people want to see. They want to see, like you just said, the people who are not able to see those streams, they want to see what you did for that day or
Yeah.
what gameplay did you have. So that's why I got to get more consistent on for sure.
Yeah, and to kind of touch base on that or elaborate a little bit more, I feel like for those trying to grow, something that I've found that I'm in the process of monopolizing on, it's a process trying to figure out what works and what doesn't and figuring out the algorithm. But if you want to build an audience, you got to do it on YouTube. You got to do it on YouTube, and I don't mean it in the way of live streaming. You can live stream. You can use whatever streaming platform you want, but you need to put out content if you want to grow that is targeted to meeting new eyes.
Exactly.
That is how you can get. I have it in like 3 different categories of the content that I need to provide, or not necessarily content, but different viewers. There's the everydayers, which are the ones that will come into your stream every single day, whether it be for 5 minutes or 5 hours. They want to at least say hi, ask you how your day is, and have a conversation. And then the second bit are those that don't have that time, that can't watch all the streams. I even have some kids that are too young and their parents don't want them to watch on Twitch, so they can only watch on YouTube, which is I find very fascinating, just from like the streaming culture. But they are the ones that want videos in whatever facet. They want to see your personality, they want to see what you're up to, and they want to still be a part of what you're doing. And it doesn't have to be from a live standpoint.
Exactly.
And then there's the third one, which is the ones that don't know you even exist yet. You know? And I feel like you have to make content for every single one of those categories, where you stream for the everydayers. They love you, you love them. They're probably the closer friends, and that's just because you see them every day. It's nothing against any of the other viewers, but it's just the ones that you see every day. And then the other ones, just want to watch you when they can, whatever time allows them to. But the new viewers, man, that's the trickiest part for a lot of people.
Yes, man, that's what you want to get.
Yeah, but I feel like people nowadays are so selfish, inadvertently, as a content creator, is they want to post what they want to post. So they love to play with their boys and stream, so they focus on that, or they
Yeah.
just focus on making videos that like, oh, look at this cool game that I got, which is
Yeah.
awesome, and people will enjoy that with the community you already have established.
Right.
But those who don't know you even exist, how are they going to find you? And in my
Exactly.
eyes, you have to have a targeted video to a new audience, you know. And if a third of your time can be allotted to that, I think people will see a lot more success. Because I have a Scuff unboxing controller, the video,
Right.
and it, no joke, is performing 800. No, it's, let's see. Yeah, 800 times more successful than my normal videos.
And and that's good that you pointed that out because and a lot of people might ask, well, then how do you target those non-viewers or people who don't know about you and nobody know that you even exist?
Yeah.
And that's one way. It's not the gameplay how you can get these zero viewers or people who don't know you,
Yeah.
right? It's the thing that you do. It's the unboxing or
Yeah.
the vlogs or it's other thing outside of getting a freaking 25 bomb solo win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just mentioned, it's you unboxing the Scuff, right?
Yeah.
Or Astro C40 or so forth and so on. So those how you can reach those, or you can target those other viewers who
Yeah.
don't know about you.
And
And that
people can look it up online. There are ways to. There are people that work at YouTube that have their own channels that tell you how to target videos to reach a new audience.
yes,
You know, and there's an algorithm that you can follow. It's just if you're willing to put in the work.
people not willing to do that.
Exactly.
You know what's crazy? This is crazy. It's like so random. Back, I think it was after my PC was built. I had actually took a freaking test on YouTube about how to become a better YouTuber or content creator streamer, right? I wish I had my freaking certificate they give you, right? You get a certificate. Like it's crazy. I don't know how many.
He graduated, boys.
Bro, I think I might be one. I don't know who. I don't know who else has done this. I think it's like crazy that somebody that I've done that, right? I'm
Sure.
like, the thing that when I took the test, I think that I already knew already because of just by being actually streaming and things like that. But it just tells you so much more that's informative for you to use and for you. And if you knew it, it just refreshing your mind about it. For you to be consistent on. And when I took that test, and YouTube had tons of tests and quizzes you can take to better yourself, you know. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people don't need that, right? Because they already established with they certain whatever.
Well, I feel like a lot of people have stumbled upon it, you know,
Yeah,
through trial and error a lot of the times. The ones that are successful where it wasn't necessarily, there wasn't a blueprint to follow, have found these tools to be successful through just trial and error, you know.
exactly.
Whereas now we have an opportunity to kind of speed track that just a little bit, you know, and pick up on those successful traits that make a good.
Yeah,
good
I think it was so crazy that I did something like that, man. I was really proud that I did. I don't know why. I don't know. I just challenged myself. I'm like, what is this talking about? Let me see what it's talking about.
Well, dude, I said dude because I'm getting excited. It shows that you're different though if you think about that. You know, like you're doing something you're doing something creative in a way that most people probably wouldn't be doing that.
Right.
And you're successful, you know?
Yes.
And so if you want to be successful, you follow the habits of successful people that came before you. You know, that's how it's called mirroring, you know, and people get very successful off of it. And it's one of the best ways to learn is to have a mentor or whatnot. And it doesn't have to be a direct mentor. You can just learn from somebody, you know? So I think it's awesome.
That also goes hand in hand to where when you see your actors or your athletes, you know, how they become so number one in their league or so dominant, and it don't happen overnight. You know, these people behind closed door, they're actually grinding. They're actually put in the exercises, eating the meal preparation and things along that line. And people were like, well, I'm an athlete, right? But how do I get to where you're at? You know, you might be an athlete on a lower scale, but the thing is, or the difference is, maybe you're not doing what it requires to be at the top. You know, you might be missing that that meal preparation or that extra exercise or that no, instead of you doing it 3 days a week, you should be doing it 7 days a week or something like that along that line. And that's when it comes to streaming. You just find out different ways you can elevate yourself and how you can be different from others for you so you can become successful. And you can then once you become successful, you can always go back and tell someone your journey. And then
Yeah,
maybe they'll take those same footsteps.
exactly. Yeah, and one thing that I've personally found though, because I have been the person that streamed to 0 people for a solid 6 months, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just because I didn't know how to get my name out there, and I couldn't get the first batch of like community
Right.
in, and looking back, I would have done it so differently.
Yeah.
It's about working smarter, not harder. People think that you have to just grind the hours in streaming, grind the hours, and you'll make it. And that was a
It's not just
successful, yeah, it's a successful tactic though.
Right.
It's just 5 years too old, or too late.
Yes.
It's not a viable tactic anymore. So we have to be a little bit more creative and think outside the box on acquiring a new audience. So that's one tidbit that I personally would give anybody.
But Slave, don't act like you freaking like you a grinder, bro. You a
Oh,
grinder.
yeah.
Like, bro, like you and I talked before, like, man, I love your work ethic, man. Like, and you just don't the beauty about you just don't stream only just Blackout, right? You stream other games as well, but you have fun doing it. And then not only that, man, when you start, I remember the time when we had a group conversation amongst you, myself and yourself and others. And once we had that conversation, you said you was gonna do something, bro. You did it, and I've been saying the grind ever since then, bro. And I seen the I'm always say success though. But I seen the success. I seen the work behind it, like that you brought to the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have it. A lot of people like is a lot of talk, right? They just, oh yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. You said it.
Yeah.
You doing it.
Yeah.
And it shows. And this is one of the things that's showing right now is the actual podcast. But a lot of people that don't know, man, months ago, me and Slev and others had a conversation about Slev wanting to do podcasts. Haven't been talking about it, and and thinking about it at his own time frame that he wanted to put this out, and the fact that he's actually doing it now is freaking awesome. And that's why I wanted to make sure that I was a part of this because this dude really puts in the work, and when he said he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And do what you got to do. What they say? How they say it, bro? You gotta show it. Your action speaks louder than words.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Your action speaks louder than words, and his action is definitely speaking.
Well, I appreciate that, man. One thing like my tactic, because I am a very I like to consider myself a intellectual or a strategic person. So
Right.
what I do, I have a lot of thought behind it. I don't just act on impulse a lot of the time. And I don't want to necessarily pigeonhole myself inside of just Call of Duty. And
Right.
so with that, I feel like I'm good at Call of Duty. I'm good at Blackout. I can slay out. I
Yes,
would
you can.
consider myself one of the best snipers in Blackout, but
Yes.
I don't want to limit myself just because I'm good at that regard, or in
Right.
that area. I feel like my personality is even better than that, and it
Exactly,
transcends
yes.
my like great games or the high kills that I can get. And so I try to sprinkle that throughout. Like this podcast, it's a great way for me to have fun with my buddies or meet new people or discuss new
Yes.
topics and keep my brain sharp constantly,
Yes.
And it allows,
Exactly.
and I'm a personable person, or at least I'd like to think that this comes a lot more natural to me, like talking to just people, whether it be you that I've known for a long time or somebody
Right.
that I just met and we're just now doing the podcast. I can build that rapport pretty quickly. But no, dude,
Exactly.
I really appreciate the kind words, man. It's
I
definitely
mean that, bro. I
definitely
mean
been
that.
rough. You have your highs and your lows, man. Everybody has doubts along the way, but
Yeah.
how I view it is like I come from a background of like I was a professional athlete.
Mhm.
I lived that life and I know what that life was like. Ended up having to retire due to surgery, and then I worked like an office job. Hated that office job.
Right.
Ended up like kind of going on this like hiatus of like quarter life crisis or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then came back, and then I got another office job, and absolutely hated it, man. And so like every day forward from there, from when I quit that job, I was like, I want to be a content creator, you know?
Yes.
And I don't care if I'm making $1,000 a month and I have to live in a house with 4 other guys, then that's what it's going to take until I can
You got to grind.
slowly
Yeah.
build my way up to live the life that I want, because nobody's going to give it to you. You're going to have to earn it.
Earn
And
it.
you can talk
Yes.
about it all day long, but like words are empty without action.
Man,
You
exactly.
know? And it's just like
Exactly,
you
bro.
gotta put in the work, and it's not just streaming, you know, or just putting in hours. You have to make those hours smart, in my eyes,
Yeah.
you know, and you have to invest. If you think of everything as an investment, okay, if you stream 8 hours
hmm
to 2 people and you gained 1 follower, is that net positive? Is that a net
Right.
positive investment, you know? Or can you invest that time somewhere else or try different things and see if you can, even if it's not successful, at least you've tried something different. But it could have
Exactly.
been, you know, it could have been successful.
Right.
Or if that's not successful, then you keep doing it until you stumble on something that is successful. And then you go from having 1 viewer to 30 viewers like overnight, you know?
It takes that one video. It
Yeah.
takes that one video to pop for, let's say, YouTube to make it be recommended or for
Yeah.
viewers to see it, right? It just takes that one, like, and that what happens to a lot of people who get recognized is that one video, right? Some people knew about them, but that one video make it pop. You
Yeah.
know, like I know somebody who might had a video that they was putting out previous videos and they might have 300 views or whatever, but then like for some reason that one
Just
video,
boom. Yeah.
boom, right? You might get 1 million, and that's what it takes, right?
Yeah.
Things like that, and it don't happen for everybody, right? But like going back to what you said is like you gotta start doing things that's gonna be different. You know, cutting that streaming down. You know, put your videos out. You know, don't just like try it. Because at least at the end of the day, you can always say, you know what, at least I tried it this way and it didn't work. Versus you saying, well, I never did it that way. You don't want to say I never did it that way.
Yeah.
You want to do it that way and it just didn't work.
Yeah. You just want to constantly try different things. There's people that'll put out the same content, and you'll beat that dead horse, and you won't get anything from it, but you
Yes.
continue to still do it. You
Right.
know? And I believe in investing a certain amount of time into something. So like give it a month. Like do something for a month, because it might not pick up right away. You might get
Right.
better as you do it, and then that'll
Mhm.
transcend into more viewership. But
Exactly.
if you're doing it for 6 months and you're still not getting anything from it, don't view it
then-
as a waste of time. View it as a waste of time if you continue to do it. You know, when you
Right.
realize that, then switch it up.
Then switch
You
it
know?
up.
Don't get hard on yourself because it didn't work. Just be like, okay, I tried it, you know, on to the next thing, you know.
Right.
Or you can continue to do what you do, and that's where the thirds kind of come in. Is you make content for the viewers you've already established. You know, you
Right.
make the videos that they want to see. You make the videos for your subscribers, and then you make videos, and this is where you play. Is in this third is you play with the videos that you want to reach a new audience. So you still satiate I don't know if everybody's gonna know that word because we have smaller view or younger viewer base
Right.
that watch this, but satiate. You want to essentially you want to appetize the viewers that you already have. You know, the community that you already have. If you focus all of your time on just getting new viewers, your subscribers, your community, your family is going to feel neglected because they are being
Right.
neglected. They're just
Right.
it's like you're looking for that new like child, that first like
Right.
that
Yeah,
next
you
kid,
forget
and you're
it,
just
you
like,
know,
hey,
exactly.
you're mine, Timmy. Screw you, Deborah. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
Exactly. Right.
So it's all about it's a balancing act.
It's a
I believe.
it's a balance, man, and you definitely gotta have that balance. If you don't have that balance, man, something's gonna tilt the other way. Somebody's not gonna be happy, but somebody else is, or it's gonna go the other way.
Yeah.
So you definitely gotta have that balance in there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something I had to do into becoming a streamer myself, and with my everyday real life, right? You know, I do work I ain't gonna say a 9 to 5, but I do have a real full-time job, which I'm a supervisor of a security company that I've been doing going on 12 years now, and I currently work on graveyard shifts. So like I gotta definitely balance, you know, working graveyard shift. I was having home healthcare jobs, but I no longer do those at this current time. I might look back into doing that again though, but like doing that night job, getting rest, and then you gotta start your streaming, and then also not only that by being a coach. I love freaking coaching.
And you're also a family man too.
And
It's all
also a
those
family
things,
man.
man. Yeah.
And like you have to balance all of that. From coaching football, coaching basketball. Sometimes football is you're practicing 3 days a week. So you might have to stop that stream, but it do gets in the way of your videos. And then same thing for basketball when I coach AAU. So that you gotta. So when the weekends get here, you having tournaments all weekend. Sometimes tournaments can last from Friday to Sunday, or it's an all Saturday thing, or a Saturday Sunday thing. So forth and so on. So like you have to balance all that. And it's days where it's tiring. It can be. I don't want to use the word overwhelming. Maybe that's the right word to use, but I don't want to feel overwhelmed. But it gets tiring because you be like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, do that. I enjoy everything I'm doing, but when that body gets tired, you be like,
yeah, it's a stressor for sure.
Right?
Definitely
And
stress you out.
so you definitely gotta have that balance. And it's something that you love to do, you might have to let go. I might have to, because I do want to do this full time. I do want to take on being a content creator / streamer full time. I want to go deep into this. I want to grow into this. I want to definitely build an establishment
Yeah.
like your Doug is Raw for people who may know, or your TPs, or your Dr. Disrespects, and I'm saying those names because a lot of people know those people that because they are big in this. Your Spiros and your Bobby Pop. Like I want to be able to build and grow.
Yeah.
Because I currently have about 1.4 subscribers right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to have those millions. But when I have those millions, I don't want to lose myself into that.
Exactly.
I still want to have that balance, that consistency.
Your integrity. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people have, but need to have, and like you said, that balance will help you out along the way. You gotta balance. There's certain things you might have to let go that you love to do to get what you want. You got to do that in a positive way.
What is it? How do you manage all of that? Because you do have a daughter. You only have one, right?
But
one
3.
daughter? Oh shit!
I actually have
I
have
didn't know
3.
that. I thought you had.
But
I thought you had one.
I have
okay.
3. I have a 17-year-old daughter. She's graduating
Oh,
this
okay.
year. I have a 16-year-old son.
Okay.
And I have a 1-year-old.
So
I don't know how the heck I started over.
I know the 1-year-old. Okay, I know of the 1-year-old.
Right.
I don't think you've talked about the older ones, but how do you manage that? Because like I can only imagine being a father and then also trying to do this too, because I know you're very involved in your daughter's life and all of your kids' lives. That speak of the devil,
right? That's what he is right there.
That how do you manage from being a father to a coach to having a full-time job to also I see you streaming a lot, my man. How do you do all that? Like what's the best advice for somebody that might be the same age as you, in a similar situation that wants to be a streamer but maybe doesn't have the time management skills, that might need a little tip?
One thing I would definitely say is if you're in a relationship, you definitely need a partner who has your back 100%. If you don't have a partner who has your back 100%, it's going to make it real tough for you. It's going to make you want to quit. I have not been in that situation. I don't have that. But if you are in that situation, then y'all need to come on common ground. Either she works with you, right? And you got to work with her as well because she might be asking or demanding attention. So you got to make sure that you give that to that person. And that if this person is just a straight butthole and don't want none of that and don't want you to do none of this at all, I don't want to say follow your dream, but do your goal that you want to do as achieving to be a streamer or content creator, then you might make that separation. But if you are a family man, then you have to find that balance. And what I do is, like I said, I do graveyard shift, right? And that's from 10 p.m. at night to 6 in the morning. And then I try to get my rest during that day. I try to get rest during the daytime, but there's times I'm not really even getting rest in the daytime. I get right on gaming and streaming.
So that's where you sacrifice is your sleep.
That's why, So I'm sacrificing sleep, which is not good. I don't advise anyone to do that at all. I do not advise no one to do that, right? But then for my streaming, I do that from anyway from at first it was from like 1 to like 6, so 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then my coaching starts from like 6:30 to 8, and then I'm back at work. So a lot of times, so like a lot of times I can take my family more of my family time on the weekend. But once I'm done streaming, the good thing is like my coaching, like my family goes to my coaching as well though, cause
So it's
like
also like family time.
yeah, family time there. Well, phone calls, text messages, all those help too as well though. But like once I'm done streaming, and then I gotta get that time to like my children as well. Like you have to give that, because if you don't give that back to them, they gonna start feeling neglected. Let's go back to what you're saying. People, someone gonna feel neglected because you want to target one person or audience, and and leave other people out, which may be your children.
Yeah.
And right, and luckily I haven't faced that. Actually, my children are actually subscribed to me. Right, they do come, they do come in and watch when they can.
That's
Right,
awesome. Yeah.
that's the beauty of it. But by having a 1-year-old, man, it can become challenging because you don't want to miss those those first steps, or that the first time they talking, and no, you don't want to miss that, because all those younger baby, like the toddler years, are very valuable and important. You can't get that back.
Yeah.
Right. So I do make time for that though, and she's a handful. She definitely is a handful.
Yeah, no. You hear her in your streams all the time, which
Yes.
is it's almost
Yes.
become a part of the community in the stream. Is like
Yes.
you talk about family and how the community itself is a family, but you're also bringing your family into the community. Like
Right.
your personal
Exactly.
family, and I feel like that kind of ties everybody in closer.
It does,
together.
bro. It does, and that's how you build a family. That's how you build a foundation. That's something that you definitely need. Because when everybody feel connected and feel welcome and feel a part of something, it makes it that much more easier.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to do, bro.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's the factor that it keeps you coming back.
Yes.
Because anybody can be good at a game if put in enough hours.
Yes.
I think Lil Man's trying to
Yeah.
not be in the camera.
Yeah.
I saw him like army crawl at the door. Oh, he's there. Okay.
That's too funny.
He had me rolling. I'm looking at you, and then on the corner, like over your shoulder, I see him just going.
Yeah, that's a little Larry right there.
But no, man, I think that's one of the biggest things too. There's so many factors that go into being successful that's a huge part. Is just having that foundation where you're bringing that community in, because anybody can be good at the game, like I said.
Yeah.
Put in enough hours, but if you don't have the personality, you don't have a place where people want to come back to, where they feel like they belong and they feel like they're a part of a society. Because there's some viewers that I have that are socially awkward, that get bullied at school. That like I've even had like DMs, and it breaks my heart, but it makes me also feel very fulfilled in the way that people tell me like nobody's acknowledged me for a month. Nobody's even said hi to me or talked to me for a month. And every time I come into your stream, you're always asking me how my day is, and I feel accepted.
Yes. You got, man, Slev, you got to give that back, man. Like I've been on, like, that's why I said when you go back to when you said about the skill-based players versus someone who's not as good at the game. I've been on that side of not being good, and so I also been on that side of going to people's streams and no one's ever talking to you. So okay, I haven't said this on my podcast yet. So before I was even a streamer, before I even knew Expel, I thought every streamer was stuck up. I thought that I did. I said, man, like, so I always watch Korean Savage, Elite Shop, Swag SBL. These like do like my
ones,
top, Mark J. Like these were like my top people who I enjoy watching, but I never subscribed at the time. I never subscribed because I'm like, why am I giving this person a subscription or subscribing when I'm not even getting the knowledge, right? And I'm not saying particularly them, because I also been in other streamers chats and spoke and not got any any feedback or any conversation. Sure. But I'm just saying overall, that's what gave me the reason not to subscribe until I met Expel, and he's the one who gave me more reason to believe in more streamers and into even subscribe if you enjoy them, you want and to support them, right? Yeah. Because that way you give them back. But like I've been on that side, so when now me actually streaming, and like you said, you get those people who do come in and be like, man, thank you for acknowledging me, because people come in and say hi or how's your day, and they get looked over.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like you and I, and other streamers as well, but you and I, we're not gonna miss that,
Yeah.
And granted, we might not have a big enough fan base or a lot of people in
Audience.
our chat audience, right? As others, biggers who may have 600 people to 1,000 people watching or maybe commenting. It's gonna be things that you. But those ones who do comment on a daily, those ones that come in, and you don't want to miss that, bro, because I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Right. You definitely don't want to miss that. And then when people, like you say, when they do see that you are acknowledging them, it makes them feel good and it keeps them coming back. And that's another way how you can target those smaller the smaller audience or smaller people who wasn't as active in chat, and you can definitely get them coming back to you for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like a lot of people that stream at varying degrees of success, they're too numbers driven. So they're looking in at everybody as a number. Like, oh, I've got 6 people watching me. I wish I had 15. Or last week I had 15. Now I have 6. And it gets them down, and they're not as engaged. But like, those are 6 people, like actual living beings that are watching you play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a person behind the screen. It's not just a number. It's not just somebody, or it's not just a screen. It's somebody with an actual like connection to you in whatever regard, however strong. And I feel like we lose that at times, or creators and streamers lose that because they get so focused on the analytics portion, and they don't view it as the human aspect to it.
I don't never want to get to the point to where like you said, to the point where right now I'm thinking I'm averaging about 20 something people watching, and this time I get to like 30, 40, 50 or whatever, right? But let's say I had those days where I might only have 10. I don't ever want to start off let's say today for an example, right? When I stream a little later on, and I have let's say I have 30, and then like maybe 2 hours into the stream, pardon me, I go down to like say 9. I don't ever want to stop my stream and be like, well, I had 30 at one point, now I'm at 9. I guess I'm gonna end the right here.
Right.
Why? Because you lost those other viewers and you only have this 9 that's
you cut out that?
Right? So what about the 9 that's watching you? Like, why not like continue to stream? Get these 9 people what they want to see. They want to see you, right? So don't ever stop a stream because you lost viewers for that time frame. Keep on going.
And I feel like if people are analytic based, which some people are, they want those metrics, view it in that regard. If you end a stream, like let's use your viewer count, you had 30 and now you have 9, and you're like, all right guys, well, I'm at 30, now I'm at 9, I'm gonna end the stream right there. Those 9 are gonna feel left out, like they're not worth anything to you, those people that are watching you. And next time you stream, that number is just going to increase on the droppage that you get from viewers, because they're not going to feel like you respect them or that you care about them.
Exactly.
And so it's it's a vicious, like self-fulfilling cycle that you're a part of when you think that way.
Exactly. So. Exactly. And you don't never want to be like that. So I definitely I won't be one of them people.
Hey, yo, look over your right shoulder.
Say hi.
He was there for like 30 seconds. Oh, that was awesome.
Man, too funny. But yeah, so I know we're a different breed, so I can definitely tell you that. And going back to what you had said about how do I try to balance everything, and I know I mentioned that you gotta have what you have to have is a great supporting cast. You gotta have that support from everybody. And that's how you can be successful and achieve the things that you want to achieve within, through this platform or through this community that you might start or whatever. You got to have a great support system. And they go from anything that you do in life, period. If you have a great support system or whatever you're trying to achieve, you're going to be successful. Yeah. You have no choice, right? We're not talking about being successful as far as financially. You can be successful in many different other ways too, though. It's whatever you choose to be successful in, right? But you have to have a great support system, and that's what it is.
Yeah. I think a lot of people mistake success and fulfillment.
Yeah,
You know, people think that if they get successful, they'll be fulfilled from a monetary sense, and that's not what it always is. You know, it's that
right,
balancing act where you feel fulfilled on all fronts. Because if you just work and you're a workaholic, 20 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you're gonna be empty. You know, because you're not gonna have the relationships that you wish you had, or you're not gonna have the love and support from family members that you once had. You know, and
exactly,
all those things definitely take into account. So I think striving to be fulfilled and having your base financial means met is the
right,
way to go. You know, yes, you do need to make a certain amount of money to support yourself,
exactly,
but that does not anything after that does not make you any more fulfilled. You know,
exactly,
um,
exactly, and
yeah,
you're right about that. I totally agree. Totally agree.
yeah, but yeah, man. So what's next for you?
What's next for me, man, is I definitely to maybe deliver more content to the drip fam. Definitely wanted to be able to deliver more content to the ones who don't know me and who need to be seeing your boy in action, right? But I definitely want to start pushing more into building, right? Building myself as an individual. You know, I think when you work on yourself, you be able to carry yourself in such a way to where you can definitely get back to your audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your family, and so I definitely want to be able to put more time into my editing, and I definitely want to do that now as we speak, Slel, before the new VR drops.
Is that something that you can do while at work? Like while you're at because you said you
At my
kind of
job,
tinkered with your computer a little bit. Are you
right?
able to like edit videos while you're working? That's
I
potentially
don't
something.
think I'm able to edit. What I can do, well, I can't edit, but what I can do is I can look at YouTube and to get more knowledgeable using different software.
Yeah,
Because like right now I'm doing my editing. For a lot of people who don't know, who haven't done editing, you can actually edit on your PlayStation, which
the
is
Share Factory.
Share Factory, right? Which for some reason, even though I've been having my PC for since I can't remember what September maybe. I want to say probably since around September or October, something like that.
And then at the time of this
I,
recording, it's November 24th. So you've only had it for like
no,
2 months.
yeah, about 2 months. So I still use my Share Factory, right? But I definitely want to advance myself of using different software. Like I know you use a software. I know Expel uses software.
Yeah, we all
I
use the
just
same one.
right. I just really downloaded. Someone suggested was the DaVinci Resolve. I think it's called.
Okay.
uh Da Vinci. But I think somebody else. I
Oh,
think y'all
DaVinci.
use
I've
maybe
heard of
yeah, Da
DaVinci. Yeah.
Vinci. Yeah, but I think I use like Adobe or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I definitely want to hey, I want to up my game. You know, I want to be able to get my thumbnail the way I wanted to. I wanted to do something like different and challenge myself because, like I said, I still use Share Factory. Now I want to get out of that and be able to use these other programs that you can use.
Mm.
So I definitely want to definitely learn how to do that. When I do VR drops, it's gonna be hot, bro. It's gonna be real popping, man. And everybody is going to want to get that content out as quick as possible,
Yeah.
right?
And you want to be
So
refined enough to where you can produce that content as quick as
yes,
possible.
as quick as possible. And the only way for you to do that, like we said earlier, is that if you want to do something, you got to put that time to learn how to do it, doing it efficient, so you can be able to deliver that. That's something I want to take on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm going, bro. It's this right here. I'm this foundation right here. I'm trying to build it, bro.
Dude,
I'm trying to build it.
I love that, man. Honestly, and I see you growing. I come in your stream. Sometimes it's on my way to work, so I can't like
Yeah, just stay
talk or
right,
anything. But I see your numbers are growing, man. Like
bro. I need it.
a couple months ago, you weren't hitting 50 viewers. You know,
No,
you weren't
no,
hitting like 40 viewers. You're progressively growing, and you're
right,
seeing like
right.
yes, the lows might still be at the lower viewership might be around the same base where you get to 9 sometimes. But when
Yeah,
you get an influx of 50, you know what I mean? That
that's
shows
awesome.
growth right
Yeah,
there.
it does.
You
Because
know?
in that that's how you gain your new subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
right? and I hate saying subscriber. When somebody subscribes to me, I say, hey, let's give them a nice one. Welcome to the Drip family. Because now you family now. You subscribe
Exactly.
here, right? So now you're a part of something. Like everybody's not able to be a part of something in their everyday life. You know, we there's a lot of people that I don't know personally, but I'm pretty sure that they're challenged or they're lacking something in their everyday life. But when they come over here and be a part of a Drip fam, the family over here, you're
They
a part of something.
belong.
You're welcome here. You
Yeah.
belong here. You know, and I can't imagine how many people who might be facing that in their real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that when they come here, bro, when they subscribe, you're welcome here. You're a family here. Let's rock out together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're gonna get when you're over here. I don't know what other streamers are doing, how they welcome you all or whatever, or they talk to you. But when you come here, you gonna get that from me. You know, especially when it like you said, the OGs. You can't even forget about your OGs.
Exactly.
So you know who's been rocking with you since day one.
Yeah.
You know
To
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
elaborate on that with you though is I feel like you and me are the same in that regard. You know, our
Yeah.
community. And I feel like people will say their community comes first all the time, but it's the actions, you know, that
Right.
speak. And
Yes.
I feel like me and you, the reason why we are so focused and driven on that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I can kind of sense that you've had hardships in your life. You know,
Oh, man.
you've had lows, you've had tough times. You understand, or you can probably empathize a lot more with people that are in that situation than
Exactly.
necessarily others. And I feel like that's what I offered and I bring to the table as well. It's like I understand what a lot of those people are going through. If it's not the same thing, I at least know what those low moments feel like. And I've
Right.
seen some things in my life that have shaped me into who I am now. And if I can help somebody inadvertently, then that's of course that's why I create this community, is to have
Heck yes.
I
Heck
almost
yes.
view it as like a community for the outcasts, you know.
Exactly,
That's
bro.
what I
Because
like
you have
target.
to though. You're right. You have to because that's how you bring them in, make it be a part of something, bro. Because everybody don't get that. Like I've been through those times, man. And it's kind of personal. But me losing my dad when I was 8 years old, so growing up without a father, you know, so some people, my mom is my everything, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. You know, their mom being their everything, and that's why I say, but by me being who I am to this day, it's because of my mom, but also because of my apologies.
No,
It's
I think
because
she was
of the
open the
support.
door.
Yeah. It's because of the support system, right? That I have around me is why I can get to where I'm at to this day. So I want to make sure, and that's why I do my best before every stream. And I got this from a friend of mine, Larry, which you know as well. He said, "Man, you know what? Do something that's different. Do something that everybody don't do before they start the game. Because everybody just get on the game and just game only."
Yeah.
But he said, "No, pick a topic, talk about it. Get in tune with your audience. So that's why I have a discussion." Before I have a discussion, right? Before I start talking, before I start gaming, and it can be I talk about anything, mainly I talk about, I don't want to be like anything that's preachy, you know what I'm saying? But I just try to just talk about, things that everybody can be going through.
Yeah,
whether it's,
you don't want to influence your audience, you don't want to have that
Yeah.
big head and be the cult leader. You want to
right. You want to just be able to touch
elaborate.
on certain things.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? Whether it's you saying that you wake up every day, drink you some water, it's gonna get your day going. Or you saying that, hey, I'm gonna make sure I exercise before I head out the house, to give me that boost of energy so I can have a great day for the rest of that day. It's different things that I want to discuss. It can be things in a positive way because I've gotten feedback from people who say, man, you know what, man, this is why I come here every day because you know how to talk to your audience, you know how to reach out to us, and it make us feel welcome, make us feel like we're a part of something. But how you talk to us and how you interact with us, and you need that. And a lot of people, they lack that. It don't matter how many subscribers they may have, but they lack that though. Talking to their audience.
And I feel like when you do reach success, it's very easy to lose it too.
Yes,
you might have once had it, but unless you stay humbled and you stay grounded, it can definitely fall to the wayside.
I pray I don't never fall in that category.
Dude, me too, man. I know myself enough to where I know that I won't.
Right, exactly. But I can't, bro. I can't.
But there will come a time. There will come a time where you're not going to be able to engage as much because there's too high of a volume, or the volume is exponentially higher. But it doesn't mean like those who know you will know
Shit.
that there's a reason why you're not engaging to the degree
Right.
because you're trying to engage with everybody, and
Right.
then you have to kind of change your verbiage on how you address your audience at times to where it's more inclusive for the whole audience rather than
Right.
that one particular person. And that's when you get huge, like Dr. Disrespect,
Oh
when
yeah.
there's
Oh heck yeah.
20,000 people watching. There's no
Bro.
way he can have a conversation with somebody because he's going to miss the next line of text.
Bro, you go and you know what? And that's why you know that people gotta rock with you for who you are. And they
Yeah.
gotta have an understanding of who you are. And then the people who's been your OG since day one, they gonna have to like let those newcomers know what's going on with this person. They gotta be like you while you are gaming because I can only imagine. Let's just say even having 500 people watching and there's so many people in chat talking. I can just imagine. And
100 people consistently chatting.
right,
Oof.
I'm thinking I know now. If I miss your comment, it's not on purpose,
Right.
right? Because and this is why you gotta have other outlets as the Discord, right? I want to make sure that I'm able to not only talk or to you all via streaming, but also via Discord. No, I might even if I miss messages that you won't answer in the stream. Discord me, I'm gonna try to reach back out. I'm gonna have like different outlets, to
Yeah.
be able to reach back to everybody, and have an understanding that I might can't get everybody's question answered right then and there, but like give me time, right?
Yeah.
Even if you have to spam it, I'm okay with spamming right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with spamming. Just talk to your boy. That's all.
Yeah. No, I think that's actually a great subject for this. This stream has kind of turned into like how to like successful
Right.
tips and tricks, which I'm totally fine with. I
I'm
think it's
fine with
great.
it.
Yeah, no, I think
Right.
it's because me and you both relate to it on such a high level,
Right.
and we're very like-minded in that way on our strategy. But having different avenues that people can contact you or contact the community is key. Like Discord
Very
is
key.
the central hub of any community if you do it right.
Correct.
It's a place where people like all over can just come in and they can either post funny videos,
Yep.
there's different sections that you can post under, and it almost creates this own entire like server where you have your own like subcategories. Like you have like your
Yes.
dog picture section, you have like your like just
Food
basic
or
like community
yeah.
chat, food, like all that stuff. And it's just so cool. It like gets like it lets people get to know you more as an individual, but it
Yes.
also allows people to understand each other inside of the
Exactly.
community so much more. So when let's say somebody comes in, like for example, Miss Gigglebox and let's say Goomer Joomer. Those are two mods on my stream. They'll talk and they'll have a conversation. Or actually, I think a better one would be Smush and Goomer because they do their weird like they have some weird conversations, but they bond inside of that community. You know what I mean? Inside of that Discord server, they bond. So when they get into the actual stream, they're excited to see each other, and it transcends just them being excited to see you. They're excited to see everybody, to see their friends,
Yes.
And you create friendships through different avenues, not just the stream.
Exactly, bro. And that's how you build a family.
Right?
That's how you get that family. That's how you be like, let's say 2 years from now, so you can always be like, man, I remember when Miss Gigglebox and Smush just used to like
roast each other.
You remember that, man. And like and when you have those type of moderators, how I look at moderators, bro. Moderators supposed to be how can I put this? They got to be another version of you, or so to speak, right?
I think they have to have your morals.
Morals, right? Yeah, exactly how you put it. They gotta have your morals. You can't just give any. Everybody don't deserve to be a moderator. No. You know what I'm saying? Like I take moderation to heart because if I'm missing anything in my chat, I expect you to handle it the way I would handle it, right? And when you get a moderation, I'm pretty much consider you. Now, everybody is family. We are family here, but like you're even more closer because I'm giving it to you. I'm trusting you with this.
Yeah.
I can't give everybody in my chat, moderation. That's because how did you feel how do you feel different? How do you feel like you're you're closer to this streamer, or no, things along that line? Like like right now, I'm eyeing two people right now who I feel like I want to give moderation to because of their consistency in chat, the way that they continue to they come and they positive vibes they give out. Right, they haven't gotten it yet, but by me being like seeing them every single day, I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I look forward to. I
Yeah.
don't want to get somebody the blue wrench, as everybody call it. You know, giving them the blue wrench, and then at that time, and then I don't see them for a month, right? And then they come in, hey, how you doing? And then another time they have for another 3 weeks. It don't work that way. You don't get it
Exactly.
just to have it. No, you get it for a purpose or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
like so Miss Gigglebox and Smush, like they your long timers, bro. They gonna be there for
Yeah,
you,
they're
bro.
they're
Like
the
100%,
lifers for sure.
for
And
sure.
and for me, how I view moderation is, I believe in a way. I don't necessarily know if I would say that they're closer to me. I think there are some that are, but it's more along the lines of the morals
Look,
who.
she got donut all over her face.
Oh
My
snap! That's awesome. But yeah, no, that it's more for me
Give me
having
one
the.
second, Slim.
Oh no,
One
you're
second.
good. Take your time, man.
My apologies. Her mom was getting out the shower.
No, you're good, my man.
All right.
But no, it's more for me. It's the morals that the people have that allow them to become moderators, but it's equal parts their activity inside the stream. You know, if they're
Right.
showing up every day and they're there every day, then they have the morals, and I
Mm-hmm.
have a degree of trust with them that they're not just gonna fly off the rocker. And I've been wrong before, and you
Yeah.
will be wrong. I will be
Oh
wrong in the
yeah.
future. You know what I mean? But you just learn from it and you move on.
Move on. Right.
Uh, but I'm totally fine with demodding someone. It's not personal. It's not anything against that person. It's just if you haven't been in a month, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Then should you be a moderator? That moderator should have a sense of, I don't want to say importance, but it should be given to those that deserve it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if
Who's gonna
you're,
be?
yeah, and if your life's busy and you're not able to be in there as often, then
Right.
that's fine. But that's something that should
Exactly.
be accounted for, and you should know that. You know, and it's
Right.
nothing against you. It doesn't mean that I care about you any less. It's just
Unless
that
exactly.
you can't moderate the chat if you're not in the chat. You know?
Right. And that's pretty much what it is. Like, don't because you got demonetized or whatever. It doesn't mean that I like you any less.
Yeah.
It's just like because there's been times where I had no moderator in the chat at a time. I'm like, and I've seen things going on or whatever, or I feel like it should have been handled, and I'm like, where's everybody at? Right?
Yeah.
It happens, right? Everybody had their own personal life. I'm a very, very understanding person, right? But when you do have your regular moderators in there versus the one who's in there every now and then, it's like it's like what purpose are you serving, right? Or
Yeah.
you just want this blue wrench just to say you have the blue wrench,
Yeah. Do you just want the title?
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And not actually do the actual work because the one who I know who has it actually is doing the work
Yeah.
versus the one who I know have it and it's just there,
It's
right?
just a filtration system to
Right.
keep the meaning of a moderation for those that want to aspire to it, you know? Because
Exactly.
eventually, if you just keep doing that, you're going to just get mods that nobody's heard of, and there's no
Yeah.
respect there for
Exactly.
becoming a mod. So there's no reason to strive to even become one in the first place, you know?
Right. Like you just giving it. Like you cannot if I was that person who just gave miles out, gave that blue wrench out to someone and then like like I said, it would be so easy for them just to get it, and then they don't even have any purpose to be there. Like, if you had a guideline, meaning come to the stream every day, be positive, be interactive in chat. If I see you trying to handle something, even if you're not a mob, but you still handle things like, hey, don't
Yeah.
say such and such or whatever. That's let it be known that you are moderation worthy, right? Uh, but if you're not giving that at all, if you're not doing that type of things, then you don't need that. You don't need that blue wrench next to your name because you're not serving a purpose to that degree,
Yeah.
right? I still feel like you're an awesome person. You're still my boy. I
Exactly.
still like you, right? But it's just like you're not doing what I need
Yeah.
right now.
Well, I
That's
believe
all.
people think like a moderator, they put themselves like when they think of moderators, they think of like they're above the average viewer. You know,
Yes.
which to a degree I can
You're-
see where they're coming from, but it's
Yes.
also like you have to look at the purpose of a moderator. What is the core purpose of a moderator? It's not to have clout be like, oh, I'm a moderator. Y'all
Right.
suck, you peasants. No, it's not it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more of like,
Exactly.
hey, I'm here to moderate the chat, make sure it is running smoothly so that
The way you want it. The way you
yeah,
want it.
so that the
Right.
creator, the streamer, the host can focus more on running his game, you know, and
Right.
being more entertaining. Because when you get toxic people, or when you start to get more of an audience for those that are establishing their audience,
100%.
it can definitely take away from the quality of the stream if you're constantly having to moderate the chat on your own. You know,
Yes.
and it's that balancing act again.
And
Everything is that balancing act.
Exactly, bro. Because if you find yourself trying to do it by yourself, man, it's gonna be tiring. It's gonna take you off your game. You're gonna get frustrated.
Exactly.
You know, and then that frustration can rub off on the wrong person, and it can
Yeah.
make you lose subscribers. You don't want that.
Yeah.
You want to lose subscribers or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
I take it to heart, bro.
Definitely
I take it to heart. For
Yeah, man.
real.
Dude, this conversation has been awesome. We're reaching an hour and a half. I really think this is the best. This is a great place to end it, my man.
Yeah.
Dude,
100%.
thank you so much for coming on the podcast, bro. Is there anything you want to
Yeah.
tell the audience? Who knows who's going to see this in a couple years, you know?
Man, hey, if you ain't doing so, you better make sure you get over to man. Your boy Stogg is on YouTube. STOGG. You can't spell Stogg without
the
the
G.
You know, hey, come be a part of something great, man. Definitely, the Drip Family is definitely growing. I can definitely tell you that. So, if you want to reach me, like I said, I'm on YouTube at STOGG. I am on Twitch as well. I feel like that's my relaxation over there as well. So, I am at twitch.tv/Stogg_. You can reach me on Twitter at ITZ_Stogg_more. Stogg more is one word, no spaces.
MOORE.
MOORE. You can catch me on Instagram and Snapchat. I'm on all the social media.
He's on the chat.
And it's Smoking Stogg, one word. It's Smoking SMOKINSTOGG. Just reach me. Hey, contact me if y'all need to. I'll be available. I do try to play with everybody as much as possible on the weekend. You know, I do want to run with the homie during the weekday. You know, but definitely reach out, come out, and be a part of something great. And don't forget my boy Slevtek. That dude is awesome.
I appreciate that, man. Dude, honestly, pleasure having you. It's been a long time coming.
What's dripping, baby?
I love it, bro. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate having you on, man.
Hey, thank you, Slev. Appreciate it, bro.